Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new here. Actually, this is Pro Wrestling Logic, and this is the April 15th, Tax Day 1995 edition of Superstars of Wrestling Review Series. We continue our foray into that. The Smoking Guns against the Shoguns. Shoguns being Kwang and Hakushi. Hakushi, kind of a, I don't know if I'd say failed experiment, but certainly not as advantageous as many had hoped. And again, Superstars by 1995 kind of slowed down. Another tag team match here as Lex Luger and Davey Boy Smith managed to be in a tag team contest with two enhancement talents, Luger and Davey Boy Smith, the Allied Powers. Luger, of course, leaving at the within a few months here in time for the start of Nitro on September 4th. 1995. Lex Luger and Davey Boy Smith here, though, defeat Tony DeVito, a.k.a. member of the Baldies, and also Bert Santino, local New England guy. Also includes the debut of Doc Hendricks, a.k.a. Michael Hayes, as color commentator for the show alongside Vince McMahon. He had been absent from the WWF for 9 years at this point. Luger and Davey Boy are pretty well put together. Davey Boy, of course, does the power slam and gets the victory for the team. Bob Holly defeats Black Phantom with an elbow drop off the top rope. Bob Holly doing the spark plug, woof woof Sparky. Overall run there. Not exactly the best of situations for his career. However, it's a national contract, and who can blame Bob Holly for taking advantage of that? I think anybody who cared about providing for their family would also hype for the first In Your House event coming up in May. 2-hour pay-per-view as opposed to a 3, and going monthly with pay-per-views. Obviously a response to WCW upping their game, bringing in Savage, Hogan, and the like. And again, Doc Hendricks, a.k.a. Michael Hayes, very basic guy, cuts the hair and does a really basic run. Of course, Michael Hayes still there, 25 or so years, 20, almost 30 years later, let's put it this way. 2025 will be 30 years. Regardless, as mentioned, Bob Holly, really basic guy, kind of getting around the side headlocks, very basic maneuvers. Phantom takes over, gets a couple of forearms in, nothing major, tries to cheat. Black Phantom, of course, I believe one of the headbangers might have even been Glenn Ruth at the time, and tries to get things going in his general direction. For the benefit of all that's there. Then we see, as mentioned, the top rope elbow from Holly, and then we go back to Raw. Diesel hyping the attack on Shawn Michaels. Michaels and Diesel continue to be involved with each other, this time though as friends, and obviously their story is there. The Shoguns, aka Hakushi and Kwang, against the Smoking Guns, Guns versus Guns. Smoking Guns, former tag team champions, but that taken away from them relatively quickly here. Jump from behind by the Shoguns and a slingshot clothesline. Billy Gunn over the top rope and gets nailed pretty quickly. Must be hard, I imagine, to wrestle in jeans anyway. Deep run there, and Kwang is cut off in the middle of the ring for a little bit. The Smoking Guns obviously getting a victory. Cut off on Kwang. Hakushi obviously guarded as a guy that they see more in, but he's pretty well gone by the end of the year or something like that. Anyway, Hakushi with a big body slam nips up and hits a kind of handstand splash in the corner on Bart Gunn. Billy always kind of the more protected of the Guns, and some hip tosses and other basic maneuvers by Billy Gunn here. Gunn then manages a couple kicks under the chin and getting things going his way. Ducks the big spin kick and a crossbody by Billy Gunn. Gunn also trying to get everything going in a proper direction. The Guns are victorious here over the Shoguns. Hype for the new generation. They're pushing that pretty well there. kind of making people look goofy, to be completely honest. Speaking of goofy, gonna grab my phone. We'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail with more right after this. And again, kind of more of the Jeff Jarrett and, Aldo Montoya thing from the previous week is highlighted here. Again, Aldo Montoya, a guy that I think, in terms of just incredible, a guy that I didn't know well, but had run across in my independent days after his national run was over, and also a guy who grew up in the New England area like I did and really got his start in that area. At the end of the day, is it something that's there? Um, the Jarrett thing actually is something I'd forgotten about as a run. Speaking of which, the beginning of a run for Hunter Hearst Helmsley begins here. I did not realize it was this soon after WrestleMania 11. But anyhow, he talks about being kind of aristocratic in nature, trying to get people under people's skin, and then again we go towards a enhancement match here. Adam Bomb is up next. Adam Bomb facing off against a enhancement talent, and Bomb at this point doing the babyface run, coming off the Harvey Whippleman management thing. And Bomb kind of facing off, kind of doing the full goggles thing, really hamping up the Destination Island sort of deal. Anyway, he manages to get things going in the direction of, Adam Bomb beating Mike Bell, beats him with a flying clothesline. Also goes for the pump handle slam. Adam Bomb at the time probably done with the WWF relatively soon. I'd certainly say before the Survivor Series. So within the next few months of this airing, as he is not there very much longer, going off to WCW, doing the Wrath thing by 1996. Back suplex and other basic maneuvers by Bomb. I think there's a character that could have gotten over further had he been given the opportunity, but ultimately not necessarily there in a continual way. Stephanie Wyan again plugging the In Your House thing. Henry Godwinn up next here, and given about 4 minutes, maybe a little less, threatening to slop the fans. Pig Farmer with slop. Yeah. Really basic thing. And again, a super basic inverted suplex, among other things. And obviously, Godwinn going after his adversary pretty aggressively here. Hits kind of a full Nelson slam drop down thing, and kind of gets the inverted suplex and gets the front face there. Oddly enough, his babyface run probably begins a little bit after this. Not too terribly much, though, as the first major feud of Hunter Hearst Helmsley is the Godwinn feud coming up there. Anyway, so as is mentioned, Henry Godwinn beating Nick Barbary, the slop drop, aka inverted DDT, and that will close this particular match. We'll be back with more right after this.